Hello and good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your captain speaking, and welcome to Educate Racing. In this video, we're going to go over how to tune for air pressures in Forza Horizon 5. There is no right or wrong way of tuning this. It all comes down to what you're using the tire for. Okay? For example, if you're going to use your car for Baja or trail or trekking or rock climbing, I would recommend you set your tire pressures between 15 and 20. Reason is because the softer the tire, the more surface area of the tire is used on the surface that you're driving on. And obviously, you're going to want more grip if the surfaces are uneven, like on rocks, or if it's too soft, like on sand. Then you're going to want as much grip as possible by softening your tire pressure. Okay. If you're going to be using your stock tires, then the window for that would be between 20 to 24. That's for your stock tires. If you're going to upgrade to street tires, then the window for that is 24 to 28. Excuse me. That's for your street tires. If you're going to use sport tires, then that window is 28 to 32. That's for the sport tires. And then for the sport tires, it's from sport tires to semi-slicks, it's from 32 to 36. And then from semi-slicks to full race slicks, full slicks, it's 36 to 40. And I wouldn't recommend going any higher than 40. Reason is because the more air pressure in a tire, the more susceptible the tire is to bubbling, where the middle of the tire is sticking out. And that's not good in terms of grip. You lose grip. So yeah, no higher than 40. That's just my recommendation. If you want to go any higher, that's all you. But expect a loss of drivability, handling, especially on the rear. It's gonna most likely going to swing out from under you, but that's up to you as the driver. If you can control it, that's all you. Very good. Now, when I say these windows, say for example on racing slicks, right? 36 is the lowest window, and that you could always go higher if you think that this is too much has too much grip. The lower the value, the higher the grip. The higher the value, the less grip, but you also get agility. The car feels more responsive in a way. The responsiveness also comes down to the springs and dampers and all that, but when it comes down to the tires, the higher the value is more agile, but susceptible to less grip versus if it's softer, then you have a lot of grip, but the car feels sluggish in a way. Um, it's using the tire as a hook to move the center of gravity around, and it just makes the car feel very sluggish. So a happy middle would be a good place to start. So for if you have racing slicks, then you can start at 38 and test drive the car around, and if you think it needs to be higher or lower, then you can adjust accordingly. You can feel which end needs to be adjusted if you are, say, on a constant bend on a long swooping corner. Assuming that you're holding the maximum threshold speed for that corner, if you are understeering, then it is because you don't have enough grip in the front. Okay, so even though they're equalized, you need to, say for instance, you're understeering on that long swooping curve, okay? You would need to set your tires down like that and up like that to make the rear end swing out from under you. But of course, it's controlled, right? So this is just so that it doesn't understeer. This will make the car a bit more oversteer in terms of tire grip. And I keep saying that because we're going to generate oversteer and understeer with our ride height. Okay, and we're going to get to that in the springs videos. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so you don't miss out when we talk about springs in that future video. going back to the tires, for this car, RX-7, I mentioned I'm going to use sport tires for this. So my window would be 28 to 32. So the happy middle would start at 30. And then as I drive this around, if I feel that same thing, if it's understeering, then I can set my tires like so. If it oversteers too much, then I need more grip in the rear and understeer in the front by increasing the front like so. So this is for an understeer setup. This one's for oversteer setup. Right? This is for oversteer. And this is for balanced. So yeah. There you go, guys. Hopefully that helped you guys better understand tire pressures. It all comes down to user preference and what you're using your tires for. So yeah, rally. You could stay within the 28 to 32 range. Drifting, same thing. You could probably get away with a little bit more air pressure for the rear for drifting. Reason is just because you want the car to be sliding. If you have too much grip, then the car won't slide. So you need to increase the air pressure for the rear in terms of drifting. I have not delved into drag racing, so I can't necessarily tell you how to tune your tires for drag. I can only imagine setting your tire like this. Reason is because you want the front to just roll naturally. I mean, you could even max this out if you want to, because you want as little friction on the front as possible. You want the skinniest tire on the front for drag racing, because you want to minimize as much friction as possible. The only friction that you need is going to come from the rear tire, the thing that is pushing the car forward. You need as much grip as possible. You need the tires to warp and flex in such a way so that you maintain as much grip as possible. And I would recommend, yeah, this would be my setup for drag racing. But again, I have not delved. I have not even dragged any car. I mean, I tested my McLaren F1 off launch just to see how fast it can go. Or actually, I was tuning the gears for it to make sure it did hit 232 miles per hour. I got it to 241, which is pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, that more grip for drag racing on the rear, and then yeah. Okay, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. We'll see you in the gears video. Again, go hit the subscribe button so you guys don't miss out. I'm about to make that video right now. Cool. Until then, guys, see ya.